Hey everybody, welcome to a new episode of Hallmark Heartbeats, a podcast all about Hallmark movies. I'm your host, Camille, and again, I'm joined by my friend Kayla as we talk Hallmark Christmas movies. We have like 3 more weeks to go till 2020.
2 weeks till Christmas. 2 weeks till Christmas. 3 weeks, till 2022. Yeah,
and like I think 2 more weeks of Christmas
movies. Yeah. No, I think they end next week, or not next week. Yeah, the
well,
weekend.
This weekend, but obviously, like not
the next weekend.
The next weekend, yes, the 18th. The weekend of the 18th would be the last Christmas movie. So yeah, after next week, you won't. It's just gonna be me again in 2022.
And yeah. You'll just be hearing her in 2022. So.
Yeah, unless you want to come back and do this regularly.
No, I don't. This has been making my life crazy, you know.
Oh my God. Why did I sign up to do this again? Okay. This is what I ask myself almost every single time.
The good thing about next week is we don't have a resident episode to deal with on top of everything. Residents in hiatus until February.
Yeah, so thank God for that. Anyway, this podcast we are reviewing 2 movies which have all one thing in common. They're history making. Hallmark finally is doing some, but it's brought out some hatred from people. Anyway, we are reviewing Our Christmas Journey, starring Holly Robinson Peete, Lyriq, and Nik Sanchez, as well as Every Time a Bell Rings, starring Erin Cahill, Liebert, Brittany Ishibashi, and Wes Brown. And we've already talked a lot about Our Christmas Journey thanks to our conversation with Nik, which again you can hear a couple of episodes back. This was the first movie ever to feature an autistic actor to play an autistic character in a Hallmark movie and stuff. So this is like genuine like representation. And this was a brainchild of Holly. I do have to say though that I watched it again, and the whole time I was thinking to myself, like, I know that they made Marcus nonverbal, but we should have seen more of his story through his point of view.
I agree.
They could have been more creative with that.
Because he was doing like sign language and stuff, which is major representation.
Yeah, and not just that, but I mean, it's like we didn't even get to see inside the program from his eyes. We didn't get to see his accomplishments. We didn't get to see like it was all through his family's eyes, which I feel call me crazy, but I feel like it's silencing the disabled community.
No, I agree with you, because they made him nonverbal, which means he didn't have lines. But the fact is,
you didn't have to talk to communicate. Deaf people
he didn't.
Not talking.
He didn't. But in this case, despite the actor he's not nonverbal,
right?
They could have given him lines.
Yeah. But I just feel like if you are going to try to highlight the story, if you're going to try to advertise this as we are finally highlighting an actor with autism, etc., highlight it. You get what I'm saying? Because
it showed the story through the mother's point of view, and she's able-bodied and stuff, and I'm just like, and then you do see some of the sister fighting, like she feels left out. I get that, but you see more of the other family members than him. And
not him. Exactly.
Yeah.
And so it's like it's not really representing, in my opinion. It's like, what is that called? Sugar coating or
sugar coating it,
or represent like the bare minimum. Oh yeah, we cast him. So yay, now we can feel good about ourselves because we cast somebody who was truly disabled. But in my opinion, if you don't really give him, if we don't see it through his eyes, is it really?
No, I mean, you don't see him trying to deal with, he was living in a community with other autistic teenagers, right? And they were trying to put on a Christmas play. I think they should have shown them preparation for that.
Yeah.
That could have been interesting. And he wasn't the only autistic person in the movie. So
exactly. And they could, and we would have liked to see his time at the program. You know what I mean? Like we saw what the family was doing while he was at the program, but why didn't we see what he was doing at the program? You get what I'm saying?
Oh, I get it. I completely get it.
Like I would have liked to know how he went from being afraid of the dog to being friends with the dog. How he like got along with the other people in the program, that kind of thing. It was just like glossed over. It wasn't
because he was so used to dealing with his mother and his sister that this is like one of his first times being without them.
Yeah.
House coping. That's kind of stuff that they should have shown.
Yeah.
And they didn't.
I mean, they could have balanced it out where they could have showed how the family is without him, but also showed how he is without them. You get what I'm saying?
Because that's a change in his life, and he likes structure and schedule. Yeah, and that's a change for him.
Major change in his life.
Major change.
Yeah, and it was just never showed. But yeah, now mind you, it is a good movie. It's a good movie.
Yeah,
you like the movie.
It's a good movie despite the criticism of them not showing the disability more. It was enjoyable. It was well acted.
Yeah, well written.
Yeah,
stuff like that. I just hope that people see this, us being critical of a movie, as us going like the movie sucks. The movie is good.
The movie is good.
Just because the movie is good doesn't mean that it can't be better. And we are just saying how it could be better. You know what I mean? Or what we would have liked to see.
Yeah.
To give it the full 5-star treatment.
Yeah, it takes a lot for us to fully give it. We've only done 2 or 3 of them, 2 maybe.
Yeah, like for me 2. You've done I think 3.
Yeah.
But and also because we're both part of the disabled community, I do feel like we are like even more invested in this storyline, especially in how we have been both vocal about wanting our stories are just being told. I mean, like that's why we're even more vocal now, because like this is the first foray in our stories being told, but also this is what we want more of. You know what I mean? This is what we would like to see more.
Because I'm glad they cast an autistic actor to play an autistic character. Yeah. Definitely there. I mean, if they're going to represent someone else with another disability, say what I have with my seizure disorder, or with Camille, you have spina bifida.
Yeah.
I mean, just you had to show it in a movie would mean the actor would really need to know what it's like to live it.
Yeah.
You can't fake knowing what this is like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
Because like even my own parents who raised me and helped me through my own disease, I mean, I can try my best to explain it, what I live through every day.
Yeah.
But my dad still doesn't have a clue what it's like for me to live and function.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
I had to say to him, I live in a world of fog, and he somewhat got it after that.
yeah. But anyway, how many stars would you give this?
Just because the mentioning of the fact that they needed to show him more, I give it a good solid 3.5.
Yeah, same here. Great writing, great, acting. I truly respect Holly's, push for making this movie. But like I say, I mean, especially considering her son is autistic, I would have thought that she would have liked to also highlight the autistic character storyline even more than just the families, you know what I mean? But I guess, it was frustrating for me because a lot of people were like, I can relate to this. I have an autistic son, and I'm sitting there going, but what about your autistic son? Wouldn't you want your autistic son's story also be shown from his point of view?
I mean, I can relate to the movie despite not having autism, but growing up with a disability.
Yeah.
I get it, okay?
Yeah.
And I have a sibling that I've often felt like I overshadowed. So I get it. I do.
Yeah. Anyway, so that was our Christmas journey. It's good. I hope that they do a sequel, and if they do a sequel, they will focus on it doesn't even really have to be the same family. Huh?
No, it doesn't even have to be the same family. But if it is the same family, and they bring Nik and Holly and Lyriq back.
It could be
show
the same program,
transition
but
into
with the
adult,
same family.
Living on his own in adulthood.
Yep, definitely. I would have loved that. Okay, so the next movie that we're talking about is Every Time a Bell Rings. Now this movie had premiered weeks ago in Hallmark Movies Now app, but it just aired on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries on Sunday, and it's about 3 sisters who go on a scavenger hunt for this wooden bell thing that their dad had built. It was a wishing bell. And their dad had passed away. And this was their first Christmas where all 3 sisters were at home together. And their dad, his dying wish or whatever, set up one last scavenger hunt for them to do this, to find the wishing bell. But yeah, the storyline with the sisters, I like this sisters relationship. I honestly feel like they didn't need the
love relationships, the romantic stuff. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like all 3 sisters, there's, mind you, I love the romantic storylines, except maybe Wes and Erin. Liam and Charlotte, I was like, why did you guys have? We don't need that. But the other 2 was, I was invested in the Emily and her husband, looking Paul, trying to have a baby and maybe not having a baby. I thought her husband was cute. I thought he was funny. And it was so hilarious when, at first he was like, Liam, Wes Brown's character was like, if you need an escape, call me. I'm 5 minutes away. But at the end of the movie, by the time the movie got to the middle of it or whatever, he was totally down with the sisters, spending time together, and was down for it or whatever. And of course, Nora and Maisie's storyline brought out so many people.
I can only imagine. I mean, seriously, if you don't like what they're doing to these movies, go out and go watch your, little world that you want to stay sucked into and stay there. We don't need you.
I just wish people would stop using their children for shields for their homophobia. Because like I have seen so many comments going, how am I going to explain this to my kids? Or
here's the thing, like, they're probably already exposed to it in school.
They're probably exposed to worse, number one.
Yes.
Number two, what are you going to have to explain to them? If they ask
the kids are very accepting.
Yeah.
You tell them something and they're like, okay.
Racism and homophobia is taught. And who teaches the kids? The parents. So if your kids, without you having to explain to them, will just look at that and go, oh, that's fine, it's nothing. But if you teach them that it's wrong, then they're going to look at it as wrong. So kids are inherently loving and inherently good in whatever. So people teach them that. So if you teach them that gay relationships are bad, then they're going to look at that as something bad. But if you don't teach them anything, they're going to look at it as two people kissing. They're not going to see anything wrong with it because they don't think that there's anything wrong with it unless you teach them that. So like,
yes, exactly.
What is there to explain? You just,
no.
If they ask questions, you tell them they're in love and so they kiss. There you go. That's it. It's not calculus, people. I mean, it's literally the easiest thing. Like, I hate people. I really hate people. And like, I honestly, the number of racists and homophobes coming out from the Hallmark fandom, I get to the point where I'm sitting there going like, if you don't like it, you can leave.
You don't have to watch it. There's a thing called a remote control and it turns your TV off.
Yes. Like, you can't be for representation of people who look like you, but then be against representation of others. Because then you become who you are trying to fight against. You get what I'm saying? You become the racist, you become the homo, This is crazy. I hate people. I honestly.
But yeah, I mean, seriously, it's one little. I mean, this plot line is like a C plot at best. It's not even the big focus of the movie.
Yeah, the focus of the movie was the sisters finding the bell rings. And honestly, if two women kissing got you to not watch the movie, then you missed out on a great movie, and the rest of us are here going, yes.
I mean, you're talking about these sisters who are not biological sisters, they're adopted.
They're adopted, yep.
They have a bond, and they haven't seen each other for a long. I mean, here's the same thing. I felt that because, like, I don't have a biological sister. When I say my sister, I'm talking about a step sibling.
Yeah, or half sister, right?
No, step. It's a step. I don't have a sibling in biologically. But I have a stepsister we were raised literally together.
Yep.
So I say sister, I mean sister, and we don't see each other as much as I would like. But when we see each other, we're there for each other. She's about to have a baby. I mean, for me, that's at Christmas, by the way, we're literally 2 weeks from this baby making her debut into the world.
Yeah.
So yeah, for me, this is very exciting, and still I'm very supportive. It goes both ways. So
I'm just tired of.
I felt that bond that I have with my sister with them in the movie. So and to honor their dad and everything, yeah, I was like, yeah, sure, I like that.
I'm just glad that I personally love this movie. This movie was it was a sister bonding movie. Each storyline was strong, minus the romance. The romance between Liam and Charlotte could have gone away, but each sister had their own storyline that was just as equally strong. But you get what I'm saying.
Because Charlotte had her own storyline. She found her bio mom.
Finding her biological mother.
Mhm.
I had an issue with the biological mother though.
Yeah, you're just trying to jump in way too fast.
Yes. She was inviting her on a road trip with her friends for
on
Christmas. And I'm sitting there going slow down. You just met your daughter who has a family of her own. Why are you gonna invite her to a road trip with you and some buddies? That's just a little too much there. Why don't you meet her adoptive family first? Introduce yourself to them, because these are people that raised your daughter. Realize that she has a family and that may want to spend Christmas with, and just go.
Because here's the thing: every family has their own traditions, and to just try to ram yourself into them, absolutely,
absolutely. So, I was iffy about that whole go on a road trip with me and my family.
Nice that she met her. Nice that she found her. But the road trip thing was whoa.
But I do have to say the casting for her mom, 100% on point.
That was good. They looked alike. Yeah.
They definitely looked alike. I don't know who the actress was who played the mother, but Erin Cahill, I would, if I were you, look up a DNA test to see if you guys are related. So, and then Emily and her husband had been talking about starting a family, but Emily, her husband Paul, had just opened up a bakery or whatever. Emily is busy with her own business, and throughout the movie you can kind of tell that Emily is having hesitations about starting a family. Every time Paul brings it up, she and then her mom giving her the crib that her parents built in hopes that they start a family or whatever. That was just.
I do like the fact that the mother said, "I'm not putting pressure on you to have a family." That's different than some of these other movies where the grandparents are like, "I want you to have a baby." Yeah, I was so happy to see a non-forceful grandmother. I was like, finally.
Thank you for that. But so finally, Emily decided that she does not want. She wants to wait to have kids because her life is busy. She loves her job. Her husband is also busy at work, that kind of thing. Here's the thing: men's lives don't stop because they're having kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Women's lives usually do, because we have to carry this fetus for 9 months, and then you have maternity leave and swollen feet.
Watched my sister go through this pregnancy, and she's had to go on leave 2 months early.
Yeah.
She stopped driving, everything.
Yeah.
So, and with COVID being an issue, she's actually pretty much quarantined.
Yeah. So, honestly, I think, people say, decision to have kids should be 50-50. I'm when the man starts carrying the child, then we can make it 50-50. But until then, it's 90-10. 90 being the woman, because that's my opinion. I'm not saying that a man has the no say, but since his life won't stop or won't slow down or won't really change for 9 to 10 months or however long.
He's not carrying another person inside him. Let's just put it like that.
He's not carrying a parasite.
Yes.
That's what he means. Okay, so yeah. And then of course there is Nora and Maisie. Nora, I guess she had started a business that kind of fell through. And so she's now staying with her parents. And Nora has a little crush on a new person in town named Maisie, who, they start kind of seeing each other throughout town or whatever. And the thing about it is I love the fact that the family doesn't care. Like, they're not making a big deal about it. They're like,
they know that she's a lesbian, and they're like, well, we want you to be happy. And I'm like, that's what supportive families do right there.
Yeah, they don't care. But like, okay, you're gay.
Yeah.
They're like, and I love the fact when the sisters were like, found out that she had a date with Maisie or whatever. So they're like, can we go? Can we watch? Can we spy? So that's what I love the movie. And again, this movie was set in Natchez, Mississippi. Wes Brown was in the movie, who played Liam, but he was barely in it. Honestly, I don't think that he was necessary. Sorry, Wes, we love you, but you weren't really that necessary in the movie. Because the weakest storyline in the movie was Charlotte and Wes. Charlotte and Liam.
What's his name? Liam, yeah.
Yeah.
I see what they were trying to do. They were trying to have the married couple, the heterosexual couple, and they were trying to do the gay couple. I see what they were trying to do with the sisters, but it just kind of didn't work.
Yeah, it was not necessary. But anyway, I do love the three storylines work well together. And then so the scavenger hunt was for the wooden bell that their dad made. First clue led them to the American Duchess, which was a steam paddle boat. Second clue took them to Caroling Night. Third clue was the gazebo at the Bluffs. Fourth clue was to look for this three angels statue that their dad had carved at a church. Number 5, the fifth clue was to a restaurant where they ate Cherry's Jubilee and po' boys. That sounds so good. Po' boys. Love po' boys. And the sixth and last clue was to this like sewing thing, tapestry thing. I don't know what it's called, but it was a Charlotte's room of the family tree. So at first I thought it was at the courthouse where they see all the adoption papers or whatever, but it wasn't there. It was at home. And the mom was the one I knew from the beginning. I was like,
it's like
the box was there. Like, how would?
Because like, here's the thing: when they go to the boat, the clues under the thing where the steering wheel's at, like it had to be just placed because they use that thing, the boat, to do like tours and stuff. I mean, I was like, it makes no sense that this would have been left for like years upon years. So
I laughed though because when Charlotte was trying to distract the boat captain.
Mm-hmm.
they were like, she was trying so hard, trying to like sound like she was interested in all the boats that he was in and everything. It's so hilarious. But yes, great movie, awesome writing. I liked it. I personally liked it. How many stars would you give this one?
I give it a solid 4.
Yeah, I would also give it a 4. I would also
mainly because the storyline with the Wes Brown could have been, that could have been the one that we could have done without. And there's a lot that takes us to give it the extra star, okay? At least for me.
Yeah, this movie was definitely good. I 100% support more movies like this. So it's not, I'm just tired of the same old boy meets girl
Tropes, yeah.
fall in love.
We had the conversation about these Hallmark movie tropes at work.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there going, oh my God, this is like right up my alley.
But I can't understand.
I've been living this, okay?
Jimmy Kimmel live. Have you seen the Jimmy Kimmel live skit that he did with the Hallmark CEO and stuff? And executives.
No.
It's hilarious because his skit was that he tries to pitch movies to Hallmark execs that he wants to do for Christmas, right? So
I can only see where this is going. So yeah.
The last one he did was finally he was like, Hallmark execs, the Santa goes in and pitches all these movies to Hallmark execs. Nothing was good for them. So then like Christmas is ruined kind of thing. And so they hire back Santa to do the movie so that they can do the so that Christmas is safe. It's hilarious. But anyway, the skit starred Hallmark CEO Wanya, which I found out that's how you say it, Wanya Lucas, and Samantha DiPippo and Lisa Daly. It's hilarious. It's funny, and like I laughed so hard. Some of the stuff that he was talking about was like, no for Christmas or No Malone or Christmas in Transylvania, where the guy's a vampire.
Where that was going.
All kinds of crazy things, but yes, it's hilarious. But anyway, I'll send you the clip of the
okay. But no, I was just like, y'all are talking about Hallmark movies, and I'm sitting here living on my lovely.
You should just send them the link to this podcast and be like, hey, since you guys are like Hallmark fans, thought you might be interested in us. Right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so next week's movies, I'm gonna pull that up right now. Hold on.
We'll be doing the Sister Swap movies.
Yeah. There are A Dickens of a Holiday, starring Christopher Polaha and Brooke Dorsey, A Royal Queen's Christmas or Royal Holiday movie.
Sounds like the royal movie trope that they always do.
Yeah. Sister Swap movies, both of them are going to do Hometown for the holiday, Hometown Holiday, and Christmas in the City. And then Sugar Plum Twist is, oh wait, no, not Sugar Plum Twist. That's the following week. And on Miracles of Christmas, Hallmark Movies and Mysteries, it is A Godwink Christmas Miracle of Love. So
this is the Godwink movie that they're releasing this year.
yeah, they're like doing 4. This is like the 4th movie, I think.
The 4th one.
I like the first Godwink, and I like the
one with Paul.
No, yeah, that's the first Godwink.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about the one with Cindy Busby.
The one where she had MS.
That was the second movie. Yeah, with the MS.
Yeah.
The MS one was Godwink movie was good. I did not like Sam Page. and Brooke Dorsey. I think that was the third movie. So, but this Godric stars Alberto Frezza and Kat Burrell. So that's for the Station 19 Grey's Anatomy fans. And Goodwitch fans too, which is hilarious, but yeah. Huge fan of both. Anyway, see y'all in a couple of days, because I'm also releasing a podcast with David Kay. But
she's gonna be doing that one by herself, so I can sleep.
Yeah, because you be asleep. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.